Casey's Customs, and in this video we're going to get started on a brand new build. We're going to be doing a 1951 Chevy. I'm going to chop it, I'm going to put it on airbags, we're going to do a complete chassis swap on an S10 Blazer. Let's get going. I really want to dig into this 51 Chevy, but I don't really want to go crazy on it until I figure out what the donor car is going to be. Then I can start cutting up the donor car and put it on top. I've been looking for like a Blazer S10 truck, something like that. I'm having a hard time finding them. They're hard to find lately, except for that one I just bought today. It was actually kind of easy to find. Picked it up, 99 GMC, really nice, really solid, zero rust. And these two are going to make sweet love, and they're going to make a cool ass baby. So let's start cutting some shit up, baby. 1999 GMC Jimmy, which is basically just a Chevy Blazer, but it's nicer trim essentially. This is going to be our donor chassis for the 51 Chevy. Plans are, we finally got it figured out, we're doing a $3,500 budget. I went through all the comments. $3,000 to $5,000 budget was commented like over 100 times, so I think that's going to be perfect. We're going to do $3,500. The plans for it, full chassis swap. We're going to do bags, and we're going to keep, I'm actually going to run this motor unless I have issues with it. It's got a 4.3 V6. It's the same motor I have in my truck. They got like 250 horsepower. They're actually really good little motors. It's essentially a 350 Chevy with 2 cylinders cut off the back. So we're going to keep this motor in trans. We're going to use all this. We're going to bag it. I want it to be laying on the ground. I think we're going to probably go ahead and chop the 51 as well. I don't know. I might change my mind on that. But that's going to be the plans, and that's what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do, I picked this up for 500 bucks. Since this is a budget build, I'm going to take pictures of all the parts and try and get them on Facebook Marketplace. It's a lot easier to sell the stuff when people can look at it on a car versus just laying in a pile. So obviously I don't need any of these body panels. We're going to take a bunch of pictures, try and sell the hatch, doors, hood, fenders, everything. I don't need any of that. And in reality, I probably don't need the rear seat. It's actually pretty good too. I'll give you a little walkthrough. Front seat's a little crappy, but really nice. I think it was 160,000 mile. Pretty good. He's having a little bit of electrical issues, but I'm pretty sure I know what that is because these 4.3s, these 4.3s have issues with the distributor cap, and I don't think he's changed that yet, so I think that's what it is. He has put a bunch of money in this too. I think he said he spent over $1,000 in parts just trying to fix stuff, and he never fixed the one thing that I thought was the issue, so I might be able to go through it. It basically runs and drives occasionally, but sometimes he'll turn the key on and he has nothing. So it's obviously some sort of an electrical issue. We're going to go through that a little bit before I dig into it. I don't want to start cutting wires and then have to chase wires, so I kind of probably going to work on it, get it running, and then we'll start cutting some of this stuff off. But like I said, I'm going to take pictures, grill, headlights. I don't need any of this, so we'll give that a couple days to try and sell before we start digging into it, and during that time I'm going to go ahead and try and get it running. Now I know some people will see this and they'll say, it can't be a V6 all-wheel drive. You can't have a hot rod like that. It just doesn't work. It's supposed to be a V8 rear-wheel drive. That's how hot rodding works. You know, you can't break these rules. You can. One, most people don't give a shit. Two, I have ran this V6 all-wheel drive Blazer for 3 years. I've been daily driving this truck. Zero issues. Love it. I had a brake caliper go out on it on a Friday at like 5 o'clock. I had it fixed Friday at 5:30. The part was $12 at O'Reilly's. They had it in stock. Threw it on, kept on the road, went to a show. That's what hot rodding is about. If this was a 55 Chevy with a stock front end, I would have had to order kingpins. I would have had to do a bunch of shit. It would have been a weekend process. That's why I like doing chassis swaps. The thing is that I love about hot rodding is there is no rules. You can do whatever the fuck you want, and that's what we're doing on this one. If it was rear-wheel drive only, the airbagging would be a lot easier, because I don't even know if you can do bags with front-wheel drive setup, so we might end up pulling that. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that and see how guys do that. In reality, I obviously don't need it to be all-wheel drive. We're gonna tackle that along the way, because I obviously still have to cut all this off and put a body on it before I start worrying about airbags. Let's figure out why she's not running right first. Got a lot of corrosion in there. That's probably my issue. And I got a rusty rotor. These aren't great. I could sand both of these down and reuse them, but these are usually like 15, 20 bucks a piece. So I'm just gonna go grab new ones and we'll throw them on, and hopefully that's our issue. I mean, that corrosion is really bad on these. I bet that's why we didn't have great spark. It's great that I'm such a small, skinny fella, because getting my hands back here is super easy. I tell you what, if I was, oh, I don't know, 6'2", 250, this would be a pain in the ass, but luckily I'm a little bitty guy. Okay, I think I actually got it. Let's see what happens. Ooh, I'm gonna scoot you back here. I'm gonna hit the button and hopefully we get lucky. $30 distributor cap every time. I'll take it for a spin. We got gas, we got charging, we got oil. Let's see what happens. I have not drove this yet, obviously. Oh, brakes are good. Brakes are real good. Why is the seat up so high? Oh yeah. We don't want to go too far because it is the middle of the night. And if I break down, I don't really want to have to get somebody to try and tow me at midnight. Oh yeah, man. Ooh, she got some shit to her, boy. Awesome. This is gonna work perfect for our donor chassis, man. I wonder why the ABS light is on. I don't know. Oh yeah, shifting good, turning good. This is gonna work out great. This made my day. Oh yeah. Ooh, ooh. Easy girl. Easy girl. Oh yeah, man, this thing drives awesome. I'm so happy. I'm gonna probably wait another day or so, and we're gonna start stripping some of these parts. I haven't had a bite on any of these parts. I figured stuff would start flying left and right because some of my body panels are so nice, but that has not been the case. So we might end up having to make a big pile and scrapping it, because I don't have room for shit to just be laying around anymore. I didn't have room before. I definitely don't have room now. So what is funny is I got the roof cut off, I got the front end cut off. All that just looks huge and awesome, and oh, you did so much work. In reality, that's pretty easy. That only takes a couple hours. When you start whittling down shit to get it, you know, where a body can go on top of it, it really takes a long time. As you can see, there's 3 pieces in here. These 2 are welded together down inside there. So you literally have to cut this off in pieces. You can't just run a Sawzall through it because it'll bind up too much. So you gotta take the whole quarter panel off in one sheet, then you gotta take that off in another sheet, and then you gotta go in there with like an air chisel and kind of chisel some of this shit off because you can't really get to it. It's a pain in the ass. So I got the roof off, I got the front end off in like 3 or 4 hours. I spent an hour and a half just on this quarter panel, and I'm not even done yet. In reality, I'll have to cut it back in here because it's too wide currently. So we'll have to go back there. So I mean, it just takes forever when you start kind of whittling it down. The good news is S10s are so narrow, I don't have to cut in here a ton. I haven't done any total measurements yet, but I think I'll probably just have to go to like there. It's not gonna be too bad. On the last one we did, the F1000, I had to come all the way in here. So all this bracing, I had to go inside of it. Really sucked. Took a hell of a lot of time to get that cut out, but luckily the S10 is pretty damn narrow. So in some bodies, I don't think this one, but in some bodies, because the S10s are so narrow, some guys will actually just have the whole rocker there, and then they'll be able to weld the rocker to the older body rocker. Neater and shit. But anyways, I said all that basically because I wanted to take a break and be lazy, but now we gotta start cutting this shit out. And I gotta be extra careful on this side because the filler neck is here, so I got to make sure there's all kinds of extra bracing in there for that as well. So I got to be careful when I'm doing that because I don't want to mess any of that up. Back to time lapse. She's all cut. Pretty good. Like I said, need to take some measurements and see if I need to cut in more or not. But for now, I'm gonna go through and check all the connections that got cut. I cut some of the stuff off that went to the roof. I obviously didn't need it. Cut the stuff off to the doors, obviously didn't need that. But before I hook the battery back up, I need to go through here and cap all these off, because when you cut them like that, they can run into each other and then you'll just start popping fuses left and right. So we're gonna go through all these wires. Hopefully they're all good. We don't have any issues. And we'll fire it up and take it around the block and probably call this an episode because we have done a lot. Okay, so I got all the wires capped. I got all the windshield glass cut out. I got any extra glass anywhere I got vacuumed out because I don't like that rattling around the engine when you start it. Throwing the battery in right now, and we will turn the key and see what happens. Hopefully, I don't have any, loose ends anywhere. I got the AC on. Let's go. Definitely need to zip tie some hanging shit, and we'll take it for a spin in the alley. It started raining, so we're gonna do this quick. It doesn't look like it's gonna rain, but it's raining on my head. That's weird. Oh well. Okay, baby? Oh, fuck. Oh, okay, it was just the tripod. Whoopsie. Just squint your eyes real good and then you can kind of see it. You can kind of see the vision. Motherfucker's way too tall. We're gonna have to fix that for sure. I just spent entirely too long getting this inside. It has like 2 flat tires. I switched one of the tires out, or one of the rims out with another rim I had, and it was flat too. So then I switched it out, and that was a Ford rim, but luckily I found a Chevy to Ford adapter, so I put the adapter. Long story short, that took me about an hour and a half to get it inside, but the Chevy is now in the shop, so we can start cutting this one down. I need to obviously strip all that. I don't need any of that. I just need the body. This is actually a little bit harder than cutting the body off of the Blazer, because you can just come in here and whack the post off and pull it, but that's not how we can do this one. I actually got to get in here. I got to get the seat out. I got to crawl in there, cut all that out, pull it out. It's a bitch. Thank you guys very much for watching. As you can tell, this is video number 1. This is going to be a long build series. I hope you liked it. I hope you stay tuned. The next video, I'm going to put this in my other garage, and I'm actually going to pull the 51 Chevy in so I can start cutting the frame and the chassis and all the stuff out of it. And then hopefully we can start putting the body on top of it. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some more of my other videos. Peace. Love ya.
I've really been addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you.